line. And I know there's always something on the line, which is our business and like, you know, the people we're going to bring in. But when you've got that kind of something's at stake and it's other people's potential like trip, for me, I've just been like, oh, it's time to go from like 4th into 5th or something. That, take it up a gear.
I wanted to talk about the downs though in particular, just because I know I've been talking to a few of you over the last few days, and there have been a lot of ups and downs as well. But I just want to talk about the downs because those are the things that can really take us out of the game, the 90-day game plan, as well as the CISO Derby coming up. So I think it's really important to talk about how we manage our downs and how we keep in communication around that. So that was my first thing I wanted to chat on. So the 90-day game plan, we'll focus on first. I've been filling that out every day. I've been really religious with it, and I've noticed numbers going up, going down all over the place. But it's been the best way for me to be able to track exactly where I'm at and where my strong points are, where my weak points are, where my things are I focus on, where my things are that I'm leaving behind because I'm resisting them. I've just been able to see all of that just by keeping my numbers and tracking them on that 90-day game plan, as I'm sure all of you have been doing the same. So the biggest thing I noticed is my personal development, for instance, this week is literally I've done like half an hour in total. I set myself for doing ICMX part-time, I set myself 3 hours of personal development during the week with that, 80% income producing activities, 20% business training and personal development, that structure. 3 hours is my allotted time. And I the last couple of weeks I was keeping to it, but this week I just sort of let it fall by the wayside. And I noticed it in terms of my keeping myself in action during the week. Like I started to slowly taper off a bit in the last 2-3 days. And I was like, oh, what's going on? So I thought, well, I'll refer to the 9-day game plan. And that's what I noticed. I was like, oh, literally haven't done anything in terms of personal development over the last 3 days. Did a bit on Tuesday and Wednesday. But otherwise, just nothing too much in particular. So this morning I meditated. I also took some time to review my goals and just check in to see if there was anything I wasn't aligned with or that was missing, and refer back to Think and Grow Rich as well. And just taking that time made a huge difference today. I wish I'd done it sooner, and this is why I wanted to bring it up, because if I hadn't done that and if I hadn't have communicated it this morning, I actually talked to my mate John Hawke, who's doing ISOGENX and is one of our personally enrolled. And I was late to see him at the gym, and he just said, you've been late a couple of times this week, like to the gym and work and stuff. And he says something going on, and I didn't really want to share. I held it to myself. I said, oh no, it's just bullshit. And people were talking to people and they're not enrolling, and it's just there's always like the finances and stuff. And I was just complaining to him, and he just said, look, just let it all out. And then he offered a bit of advice himself, and just that little bit of communication made all the difference today. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm someone who likes to hold a lot of things to myself, try to deal with everything myself and try to have everything all handled. And it really doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. And I just want to let you guys know, I'm going to be actually doing a live video on being vulnerable and being open and being in communication with people in your life. Because, it's important. It's not just important for the ISO Derby, but it's important for all of us as human beings and people.
Yeah.
And it's the only way that we're really going to be able to win this ISO Derby is through, Josh and I were talking about it, and how important it is through communication. It's through effective, productive communication. There's different types of communication. You could just blab it all out and like have no consideration of the other person, not listen to anything they say. That's not effective. Really actually listening to each other, taking the time to ask questions and be in each other's world and with what's actually going on with them. And if we can be that for each other during this 9-day game plan and ISO Derby, that's what's going to create success for us over this next couple of months. So did you have anything else to add to that?
So I'm pretty sure that most people have seen my live video from yesterday, but just had like a 2-week build up of like a huge breakdown. Like when I say breakdown, I'm using it in the reference to like not like mentally unwell, but basically breakdown in the landmark sense, which is just yeah, like I just got emotional, or I don't even know how else would you describe
You just had an upset. It's like,
yeah,
I
had an upset. Like I had an upset. And I just like actually thank God for self-development. Like that's all I'll say is that, you know, hey, it took me 2 weeks to like act on, and even Isaac was encouraging me to take some time for myself. But if I didn't have self-development, I don't think I would have taken any time. I think I would have just kept going and been ineffective and not distinguished what was going on for myself. And that's what I want to say to you guys is that you can't ever put a price on your own personal growth. Ever. There is no price tag for growing your mind and for growing, like, if your spiritual journey is something that you're interested in as well, then that as well. But, you know, in terms of your mindset, you can never put a price on that. I think I've spent $15,000 in the last 2 years on self-development, and like I'll be spending another 50. The more money I earn, the more I'll spend on self-development. And you just have to look at, you know, millionaires to know that they're spending a huge amount on themselves to grow themselves and their mindset. And yeah, I just ended up in a place where I was like feeling really burnt out and I just couldn't give to other people anymore. So took a couple of hours out yesterday without technology and just went for me, that's what I need to do when I need to do that regularly, maybe just like once a week, is go for a walk in nature and not have like my phone with me, because I'm always on technology, I'm always on my laptop, and I'm always on my phone, particularly with the nature of the work that we do. So that's what I would share with all of you. Find your thing that you do when you're in that place where you're like not being effective anymore, and do that. And the second bit of advice is do the Landmark Forum. I couldn't offer you anything more valuable that I've ever done in my entire life than that course. It was the biggest turning point for me. Like, honestly, anything you ever deal with and anything you ever come up against, you'll be able to deal with it powerfully after doing that course. I can guarantee it. So if you want to know more about the Landmark Forum, just private message me and I'll send you the information. But yeah, that's all I would say, is that growing yourself is just going to be an absolute game changer for you in this business.
That first bit that you said about just to be more intentional on that, is the first thing I want you guys to do is, when you are in a breakdown, is to communicate with one of us, any one of us. So just communicate. Everyone on this call is, I can say from my personal point of view, are all powerful people. You're all people able to, you know, handle communication. You're all able to be effective in what you do. And the way I know is because you've already been effective, one, in this business already in some way or another, and two, in your lives and your professions and what you do for a living. So I know that all of us, if we just communicated and chose one person to communicate with, as soon as that breakdown happens, do that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how you sound or what you look like, or don't worry about all that crap. None of us care about, you know, what we look like and what we sound like. None of that matters. We just want each other to win.
Yeah.
In life.
Yeah. For me, like, I wasn't even willing to like be with the fact that I was dealing with something that's I can be quite stubborn. And so I was just like, nah, there's like nothing going on. I'll take some time off next week. So I kept saying to myself, and like, even though Isaac was like, Rachel, seriously, you're not being effective. Like, you need to, you know, do whatever it is that you need to do. You need to get in communication with someone who's just so resisting it. And being righteous, and that's often our ego. So I just got in communication with Corin, and I spoke to a woman that I know that's a coach, and just shared with them, and that was really helpful. Obviously I've got Isaac around to call me out, but in terms of him coaching me, like, that doesn't work either. Inside a relationship, it can be quite difficult to be coached by your partner. So yeah, definitely I would just reach out to one of us and go, hey, I'm just really stuck with X, Y, and Z, and I can't seem to figure out why. Chances are that person will be able to see what you can't see.
Cool. And I just want to kick off the account.
Do you want to see if anybody's got anything they want to talk about in terms of like anything they've dealt with in the week, or whether they've had any breakdowns?
No, that might take forever.
I'll share one thing real quick about the Landmark Forum and personal development. Like, I've sat through the course about twice personally, and then I've coached the course and supervised the course about 10 times. So I've seen fair amount of breakdowns and a fair amount of breakthroughs. And the one thing that every breakthrough has in common, well, the two things that every breakthrough has in common is, one, there's a breakdown to start with, and two, the way through it is communication. And I think, for this ISO Derby, there's going to be a lot of breakdowns. There's going to be people that send their packs back. There's going to be people that, you can't coach physically. They just don't reply to you. And you're going to have all these stories running on in your head, like, can I do this? Can I not do this? And I have them, Sarah has them, Rach has them, Isaac has them. We all run them. The only thing that's different is that whether we listen to them or whether we don't listen to them, and how we deal with them. So, if any of you needed any kind of coaching, or you didn't know how to get through something, or you had a bit of a mindset block, you can just reach out to me or Rachel or Isaac. We've all done our years of it, and we've seen it all. I've seen it. I've seen some crazy transformations in people, but the key is 100% open, honest, authentic communication. That's the only way you'll get through any type of breakdown. And the best thing is, when you have a breakdown, there's a breakthrough on the other side, so it's not bad news. When you have a breakdown, it's like the best news ever, because there's something else on the other side of it. So that's the only thing I'd share about that.
Oh, boy.
So powerful.
That's the best segue into exactly what I was going to go into.
So powerful.
It's like we set this up.
Yeah, because seriously, whenever you hear people talk about it, you hear Peter talk about it, the best part about the friggin' shitstorm is the other side. There is an even more powerful you. You've got to remember that in a breakdown, or you just sit in it and just be wallowing in the self-pity of the situation, which is totally made up in your head anyway.
Cheers, Rach. And
all fabricated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all made up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually wanted to chuck it out to the floor and hear from at least one or two of you who's actually dealt with a breakdown really well this week and had a breakthrough on the other side.
I have, actually.
Before you share, Josh, has anyone else?
Yeah.
Mine feels kind of opposite. I feel like I was having an amazing week, and then I got to today and was like, I achieved nothing this week. In actual fact, if I go back through, I probably did achieve stuff, but I didn't communicate or admit any of it until today, when I thought, oh fuck, I've got to jump on this call. So I messaged Isaac and was like, did not complete all my requisites, and then I messaged Sarah and was like, feel like I'm failing. So, and now I'm jumping on to have a look, and I actually enrolled 2 people Monday, but I think because the prereq started Tuesday, I was like, I didn't enroll before Sunday, and then I feel like I had all these leads and I did all these follow-ups and I put so much pressure on it and nothing came through from it. But I really did a lot this week, but then I just maybe didn't track it very well, so I feel like I did nothing. So I'm in the breakdown at the minute, and I'm hoping I have a breakthrough in the moment.
Yay, the breakthrough this way.
I'm so glad you
Jess
said that.
put her hand up as well, so.
Josh and Jess, you can share next. I'm just going to quickly speak to what you said, Rochelle.
Yeah.
So it's perfect because it's the exact space Rachel and I have been in. We've got tons of leads. We've got a whiteboard full of heaps
epic
of
people as well. Jason, I'm like, these aren't freaking I don't know, just some of the people I enroll, I'm just like, seriously, did that happen? But these are actually really awesome people that I want to have in the team.
Yeah,
and it's cool.
Hot, heaps of hot and quite a few warm contacts as well. So it's just like you,
yeah.
Leads and stuff, and they're just not dropping through yet. And some of them set up for next week and the week after and the week after. Honestly, I've got people set up to start over the coming weeks, and it's going to be awesome for us to do. So don't worry, that's normal, and that's how it works. People, it's the whole thing about, we talked about between the 5th to 12th exposure, or Calvin said it was the 5th to 20th, is when 80% of people actually enroll and get started.
Yeah. So the thing is, when you, what, in my experience, if you have someone that's I want to do that cleanse thing, they know zero stuff about that cleanse thing, and then they jump on board, a month goes by, do they reorder? No, they didn't know anything about it. If you can expose someone 6-7 times, you get them so well set up. It's Sarah's friend, Maria. When she starts, she knows everything about it. She's been on the page. She's spoken to me. She's had calls. She's watched videos. She knows that Isagenix rocks. And when someone starts and then they're in that mindset of okay, I actually know what this is, versus I just want to lose weight, I'm going to do that cleanse thing. And then they jump on it and what the hell is this cleanse thing? and then they don't continue. That's why they say that it's so powerful when people have like exposure and exposure and exposure. When they start, they stay.
And I know, Rochelle, you've been listening to GoPro, and all of you guys have been listening to GoPro, I hope anyway. And and he says on there, I've just been listening to a piece, and he says like that the network marketing professionals, the difference between them and the amateurs is they expose people to, you know, different exposures over time, but that's amateur, and then the network marketing professionals do it over time, but they do a lot of exposures in a really short space of time. So that's the difference. Right? Yeah, that's so important, because it keeps the importance behind that is keeping them excited, is making sure they're getting everything they need really quickly, so they can get into a point where they make a decision for themselves.
So that's what we've done. Like, I've got a girl, Katerina, who's a yoga teacher, and she's like super well connected. And so she what did she do? She came on to launch part, like the online launch party on Wednesday. Then I added her to the Complete Lifestyle page. Then I sent her 2 videos. She watched them. Then I checked back in. We spoke about it again. We had like this lengthy conversation online. Then I met up with her last night. She came around to our house. We talked more about it. She asked what residual income is. Now she's coming to my house on Tuesday, and she's coming to the launch party on Wednesday. That's like 6 exposures in a week. So the chance of her enrolling is like much higher than, sometimes I've dragged it out for months. I'm like, seriously, like speaking to people for like 6 months and have maybe only exposed them a handful of times. So, yeah.
I think my thing is I try to rush that so much more. It's like, okay, cool. You've seen the page, you've seen the video, you're ready to join now. You know what I mean?
Like, I started with like zero knowledge. I was one of those people who just was like, Josh said it was good. So I was like, well, that's enough for me. Like, and I have stuck around. I'm not saying that people don't, but you know, everybody's not like me and Sarah that just say yes. Like, you know, they're kind of few and far between those people. So most people just like pretty resigned and want to know everything about everything.
Yeah, I'll share something real quickly just on that about people jumping on board. Like, we've got a friend over here in Bali, and she's had epic results. Like, her before and afters all over the start page and all that kind of stuff. And she has a lot of people reach out and just go, hey, I want to jump on board. What do I, like, here my card details, like, just sign me up. So she has a lot of people attracted to her, right? A lot of traction marketing. People just sign up, but they are the most annoying and hardest people to coach because they have no idea what they're doing. They just want to start. And it's just like every time we go into a cafe, there's always another story about how this person is so difficult to coach, and how this person is, you know, not responding to my messages, and how this person is sending their pack back and all that kind of stuff. And if you flip the coin and you go, hey, look, if I expose you and take control of this whole situation, go, hey, look at this before you get started, hey, look at this, it just changes the whole thing. It makes your job so much easier. So much easier. People think, oh, you know, if I attract a lot of people, it's going to make it real easy. I'll just sign them up and then, you know, off you go. But your retention rates plummet and your effort goes skyrocket, and it just becomes a massive, hard mess. So, yeah, like, it's real good that the people that do filter through and have actually had the exposures are going to be the ones that stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, you're a frigging king at this.
Good work. Did you want to continue, man, on to what you want to say?
Yeah, actually, I shared this with Rach today, and I had this massive story going on about how I kind of roll people because all my network's younger than me and they don't have the capital to be able to start and all this kind of stuff. And then I just, like, through my own kind of personal development and mindset work, I was able to snap myself out of it. I was like, holy heck, no, that's just a massive story I fabricated. Like, I was 19. I was an aviation student, which means I had half the amount of money that any normal student has, and I still managed to find a way to start. And people who have been in college and university have been able to make, you know, millions from this. Like, you look at people like Audrey Moss and all those kind of people, like, they can do it. So I just realised I just find ways around it. I've just got to, you know, maybe work a little bit harder and find ways to get them on board and keep them there, maybe without them spending so much money on the president's pack if I want to actually impact that network and actually get into my warm market. And I shared that with Rach, and just by sharing it, even though Rach gave me a little bit of coaching, but she didn't like get me through it. She just kind of reinforced what I had already got for myself. It was just like night and day. It was just so good. So just the power of communication.
Shot, man.
Yeah, and that helped me heaps because I was like, oh, guess what my story is? It was actually quite funny because you start to think, oh, everybody's got their own version of like their excuse why they can't enroll, and mine's like because I'm English that I don't have a network here, and so and then I was just like, but there's people everywhere. Like that's so absurd. It's like saying that I live in like Antarctica and there's no one around. Like I actually just step out the front door and there's people everywhere. I was like, oh my God, that's such a stupid story. Like, and you start to laugh at yourself.
True.
Go on then, Jess.
Jess, what was yours, Jess? I'm interested to hear this one.
Do you want to unmute her?
She loves talking when she's on mute.
There
you go. You're
yeah, mine was just about more than, like, it wasn't really about ISA. It was just about stuff in my life that I've been processing, and ISA is just a part of what I've been making sure I'm consistent with on a daily basis. I don't really know what to share. My breakthrough was just around shifting my mindset to be happy with what I am achieving rather than just always being like, oh, well, my goal was higher than that. But yeah, like it wasn't just ISA. Like I'm really happy with the progress that I'm making, and I know what my end goal is, and I know that consistency will get me there. And yeah, I've just been having a tough time. And I did speak to someone about it, and that was helpful.
Good. And I'm glad you could be vulnerable on this call, because I want everyone to be exactly like Jess is being. If you're not crying during this ice derby, I don't care if you're a guy or girl, you're not playing hard enough. No, you're just not. So Jess, I acknowledge you so much for being in communication, for going through what you're going through, so for being the way you're being on the call, and just being with whatever upset's going on right now, or whatever emotion.
Yeah.
And being you.
So brave. And it's just human. That's friggin' humanity right there. It's just people aren't brave enough to friggin' go, I don't know what the fuck's going on right now, and I'm just like feeling like my head is a foggy mess. I stood in West Auckland yesterday and just cried on the street. Actually. Like if you'd seen me yesterday, you would have been like, is that girl okay? But it's just like, that's what the world needs, is more Jess. Because if we could be like that with each other, then we wouldn't be walking around like robots. So powerful, Jess.
Thanks, Jess. Was there anything else you wanted to say around that?
Anything else you want? No?
Cool. Okay. I don't know who's still...
Love you.
No.
Yeah, we all love you.
We do. Okay, just muted everyone. Cool. Well, was there anyone else that put their hand up? I think I have one little thing. Yeah, go, Joe.
You go, Joe.
Yeah, I had a pretty good week. It was tough. I mean, I was just talking to a lot of people, and I feel I dealt with everything pretty good. So nothing's really come through in terms of leads, but I've been talking and just keeping at it, and I'm feeling good about it. That's kind of where I'm at with it all. I feel it's been a productive week.
Good man. So you know the 90-day game plan. Are you keeping numbers on that as well?
Yeah, I've got that. I'm working through that.
And do you have like a whiteboard or something that you track people on in terms of people that are like warm or hot, like that?
Anyone who's showing any sort of interest.
Yeah.
I've got my spreadsheet that I manage it all through. So I was listening to GoPro, so I've got an active consultants list going, active contacts list.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. Spreadsheet. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, bro. Thanks.
You're a bit of a dark horse on the organisational front, I feel.
Yeah. That spreadsheet was legit. I printed off Josh's one. I was like, oh, Josh's one's crap. This one's awesome. Josh, there's nothing wrong with your one. It's nice. Basic. It's good.
I didn't do much to it. I just formatted it a little bit better. I put the ICJX logo on.
I know. Just that. It's funny. It was like one little thing. I just saw the logo. I was like, oh, that looks like ICJX now.
Get a sticker made, Isaac. Get a sticker made.
We were looking at like because Capsule is like what we've been using as a database, and then I showed Josh another type of database, and I was like, I'm so confused. I don't know which database to use. Like, and I know Sarah will be able to relate to this, but I was like, I don't know which one. Like, which one am I using? And I was like, Josh was like, I'll look. So he looked, and then he was like, you should use Capsule. It's easier for you. And I was like, you mean it's for simple people? Okay, I'll use Capsule.
I did not say that, by the way. I didn't say that. I think
simple things for simple minds. It was very diplomatic what you said, Josh.
Darling, you didn't really have to say that. It just kind of came out.
Josh said it.
I crave simplicity. Who's done this?
Oh.
I crave simplicity, so like anything, like the simplest way to do something, like now I haven't been, but like something that I've taken on now is something Peter Kelly always says, she just craves simplicity and like simple thoughts, like simple processes, like simple systems and all that kind of stuff. So I've just taken on being real simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, legend. And man, I have actually been following you for our latest enrollment, Dylan, and he's just finished his cleanse day today, and I rang him up. I said, how's your cleanse day going? I was getting him into the IsaBody challenge because he'd taken photos but I hadn't entered them. And he goes, oh, easy as, man. No worries. It's like on my 4th cleanse. About to go to sleep. Just did some yoga. And I was like, he's just nailing it. This is the guy who's a chiropractor. And I was just like, oh, fuck, it's the best, man. Just getting his
You don't have to remember anything.
Can you coach everyone?
Yeah, it's
because
so
I
easy.
want to like.
No, if you use the document, that's so easy. That all I did was follow that document, bro, and that spreadsheet. It's legit.
Yeah, I was going to put a photo up because we've got it stuck on our wall there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's legendary.
I've got like every box ticked, and it's insane. Like to know that I've done all that, and I was like, I've never done that much in that space of time in the first week for someone. Sometimes it's been spread out through the whole month, and then it's too late. Sometimes, you know. And so that was awesome. That was a big win actually for me.
Yeah, that first week is so crucial. So crucial. Like I've just had my new enrollment. Zoe finished her first week. She just smashed out a cleanse day. She got real hungry, still finished it, loves her vanilla shakes. Like I know everything about her first week.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I know next week I can ask her, hey, do you want to get your products paid for? And she's going to see the value and she's going to know people that want this. Yeah. And it's just because I do that first week. If anything, you can just give that people the best first week. It just changes everything.
Real good point. Not just the best 30 days, but that best first week is even just as important, if not more.
My first week was, man.
Every single one of our first weeks was hideous.
I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, why is there so many tablets? It doesn't even say women's essentials on this guide. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Everybody's still at celebration. No one was even in the country to help me.
No, I'm pretty sure we stayed on out of just sheer stubbornness on this journey, which is cool because we get to meet all you guys and see where we're at. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. And then I saw, Rochelle, you mentioned that launch party you guys had on Saturday. It was your first launch party?
Woo!
Freaking epic. Share with us. Like, how exactly was it? What was your experience of it? Yours and Joey's?
I loved it.
Good. Yeah, go Joey, you go.
I thought we did really well. People didn't even know it was our first time doing it. They thought we'd done it before. And yeah, Rochelle killed it.
No, it was a good team. We did really well. So we both presented. We kind of did the slides we felt comfortable in. We didn't really practice, to be fair. We kind of ran over it before. We'd been to enough Wellness Wednesdays in Surrey Hills to kind of know what was to do. And my girlfriend Jackie was there, who's actually my upline. So she has not really had much to do with the business. She's not doing it. She'd like to. I think now she's seeing the momentum of Joey and I and the team. She's like, she wants to jump back on board. So she came down, and it was cool to have her story as well. So, you know, Joey and I started and shared our story, and then success story throughout was Jackie's one. But no, it was really good. I think we had 2 people show up, so it was good. Yeah. But to be fair, we didn't invite many because we really only organised it because of the prereq. It hasn't been something we've done. So we're going to start doing them every Saturday now in the room in the gym upstairs. Joey made an event on Facebook, so we can just start inviting people to that. And it means in the gym I can start inviting people. And again, I have to be careful. It is a really big conflict of interest for me, but not for Joey. So it's cool. It's just, yeah, we'll be right. But yeah, no, it was really good. It was fun. We enjoyed it. We'll do much more of it and much better planning.
Yeah.
So awesome.
You know what I love about what you said? You know how you said, oh, like it was so last minute, I only did it for the pre-weeks, but we got 2 people there. If you think about it, those 2 people's lives wouldn't have been impacted that day if it hadn't been for these pre-recs and for Ice Derby and for, you know, their game plan and what we're creating as a team.
Yeah.
It's just...
It wouldn't have pushed us to do it. Like we would have just, because we had Joey, before Joey even went to Europe 2 months ago, we were like, let's have a launch party, and we just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off because we had no urgency and we were scared. Like, but because you guys were like, do it, we were, okay, we'll do it.
Yes.
You know, like honestly, you need someone to push you sometimes, so because we just didn't quite have it. But yeah, no, it was good. We learned a lot from it, definitely.
Leanne,
I can see that. Sorry. I was going to say I could finally see the benefit in it. Like I've been talking to all these members at the gym and never having a follow-up, and having them there, it was just like talking to one of the people that showed up, like it was such an eye-opener for her. And she's like, oh, this is what it's all about. And
so it was Joey's client, who's a young girl, and she brought her mum along. So to have her mum's support and guidance, and then to both be able to do that in the same household is so cool. And the mum was like, at the beginning, she felt like a bit of a skeptic, didn't she, Joey? She was very reserved. It was almost like, oh, what are you guys roping my daughter into? But then her problem throughout the thing was actually that she has no sleep. She's like insomniac because she's so stressed. And so we were like, bingo. Like, and Jackie, my friend who's there, like she's going through a really horrible divorce. And she was like just talking about Ionics and the, you know, product B and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it all linked in so perfectly.
Always does.
So good.
That's awesome. And like Leanne Wood, her training, she's like says that she built like a whole $1 million like maxed out a business center on launch parties, just like heaps of launch parties, even just like tiny ones where she invite like a couple of mums around after school, making them a shake and talk to them about it. Like just face to face, the communication is just like so powerful that people get to see the community and they get to see the videos. And how easy is it to just say to someone, hey, do you want to just come around to my house? Like I'm just having this little like get together thing about this health and wellness opportunity that's, you know, that I do. People are like, yeah, sure. Like I'd love to do that. Why would they not? Because you guys are freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's our new plan. Hey, Joey Joe.
Yeah.
Start every week. Just run one every week. Like people start to know, you know, Joey and Rochelle do launch parties on a Wednesday or whenever it is. They start to know that that's your night.
Yeah. And that's what I said to Joey. So we just amended this same event from this week. We just changed the date so that then all the people see it. And then Joey just wrote, so much fun, we're doing it again. So then the people that came this week, if they see it, they'll be like, oh, you should see this thing I went to last Saturday. Actually, they're running another one. You guys should come with us or you should go along. So at least the 2 girls that did come this week might come next week, or they'll send people along next week. And, you know, every Saturday after, it'll just keep flowing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Yeah, we've just had like 4 over the last few Wednesdays, and then this week's coming one is going to be like, there's already people that have started confirming because they couldn't make it last week and they heard how good it was. So all that has happened to us. So yeah, it just happens naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
Good on you guys, man. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And so what was I going to say? I was saying something about launch parties. That's wicked, guys. I can't remember what it is, but let's go to Ice Derby and we'll come back to that. So, Ice Derby prerequisites. Who's actually met all their prerequisites so far? That one, at the moment. Josh?
Well, what were they all? Like
Goes Josh.
if we were going from Monday to now, then I did, because I think the only thing I hadn't done was I didn't enroll someone from when you gave the prereqs, but I enrolled 2 on Monday. So I did enroll 2 people this week, but I was trying to enroll a new one from Tuesday on. And the only other thing is my ISA Derby, because I haven't been able to write the essay for my last one. So I need to submit that and finish it and then re-enter. But I mean, I'm definitely doing that. But I will 100%. But I'm pretty sure I've done everything else.
Got it. Awesome. Cool.
I think I'm the same.
Who else? Yeah. So Josh, you've done all yours yet? You and Seth?
No, I'm just missing one. I just need to find a newspaper somewhere in Bali so I can enter the Ice Water Challenge, and I'm done.
Yeah, I tried to find one everywhere when I was over there.
You know that you can timestamp your photos?
What's that?
Are you saying you're waiting for a newspaper?
Yeah.
You can timestamp your photos. So you get your photo and timestamp it. You're allowed to upload that.
Are you allowed to?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you can. If you got if you timestamp on your photo on your phone. iPhones can do it, eh?
Yeah.
There you go, man. Because that's official. Yeah, it just takes the time when you actually take the picture. Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys can do that if anyone else needs that as well. Good point. Thanks for sure.
Nice.
I need to tell it to my other people as well because trying to find newspapers sometimes is ridiculous.
Impossible.
Yeah. So yeah, Josh and Says and the rest of us haven't. So we're in the same
Jess
place
has
too.
pretty much completed hers. She's just
She has actually.
saying that she hasn't. Jess.
Yeah.
I'm just poking at. I'm just having fun with it because she's going to like 15 launch parties, but says that she hasn't because she didn't run a launch party. Go on, tell us what you've done, Jess, instead of me trying to recreate it poorly.
Yeah, go for it, Jess.
So I can't enter the Ice Body Challenge. I have to wait for my little sister to do that. And then, I've done full, on Wednesday I've done full launch parties, but I didn't present my story. Well, I did. I presented my story on Thursday night, but it was online. So Tuesday and Wednesday I'll present it in person.
Very good. That's freaking awesome.
And do you want to say what you did, like, in order to like make those things happen? That's pretty powerful.
There's a group of like associates here in Brisbane that run an event every Wednesday, and I tried to get an event running at my house, and I had one person say they could come, so we went along to the associate run event instead. And I think that setup's really powerful. It's like not a really convenient location, but I'm just going to go to that every Wednesday, and I've connected and said I'll share my story and work towards building that up really big.
Just so cute.
That's freaking awesome. That's freaking awesome that you did that.
So
people don't do that. People are like, oh, I'm just going to do it on my own, or I'm just going to speak to this one person I know in Isogenics and then complain about why it's not happened for me. And oh no, wait a second, I have no upline. Like, but you didn't. You just like went and found people.
You're freaking awesome, and you guys.
They're having a launch party on Tuesday in West End. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll come share my story, thinking it would be like just some randoms. And then I realised it's like one of the Team Isogenics athletes, and so that's really powerful.
Nice.
Yeah, three-way calls.
Legit.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and Rochelle, I caught up with Dirk Venter as well. I was like, oh, what the heck? Dirk Venter, the legend. Man, hold on, I muted you.
Week. Oh.
What'd you say?
I was like, oh yeah, Dirk's calling Adam this week, and Isaac's like, that's amazing. I'm like, oh yeah, like he's one of our mates.
Yeah.
He's so chilled. He's a real cool guy. Like,
legend.
We want to get him on
Yep.
calls. Like,
let him know we'll be getting him on three-way calls. Tell him, oh, my Stevie team's going to want you.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Him and Geordie Shields. Oh, we got some memes.
Who else do we have, Rochelle?
What's that?
Who else do we have talking to us?
Who? Oh, Jen Jeffries.
Yeah.
Jen Jeffries.
I love Jen Jeffries.
She loves the Joey. Like, so we went to a.
Loves the
we went
Joey.
Yeah, not in that way, clearly.
Loves the Joey.
We went to a Tuesday night session, I think, at head office. Like, they were running them every week. They don't do them anymore, unfortunately. And Jen met Joey, and Joey was kind of like, oh, Rocky's enrolled me, but she's like, I was so busy with work, I wasn't really doing much. And so she was like, I want to take you under my wing, and I want to help you, and I see your potential, and you have to stick with this. And anyway, she just sends him these voice messages like every week, like, how are you doing? Be strong. Like, she's amazing. And she really does. She just loves him. But she gives really good advice. She'll go, listen to this. And I listen. Oh, that was a good one.
She's one of the people that run the event that I'm going to on Wednesday nights now.
Oh,
she's
yeah,
good.
yes.
Joey,
So
I reckon.
I'm just
could have touched her.
every
Hold
time
on,
you
I
guys.
just had an idea. I've had an idea. Because I think we all know people who are either naturopaths, homeopaths, something-opaths that have real skeptical with isogenics. I reckon if we could get Joey to set up like an online launch party, like halfway through isogenics, we've connected with heaps of people. We've had all the I'm homeopathic, all that kind of stuff. I reckon if we could set up an online launch party and just freaking get everyone to that, we'd be an enrollment machine.
I don't know if she would do that though, because like Rochelle, like the main thing that came out of ISA, well, she would, but like ISA Sydney, where she's like, I won't use my expertise to enroll people. It's all got to be the tools.
No, she won't. But I listened to. I actually sent it to Isaac and Rach. That she does present on her past experience, how she was a naturopath and all that kind of stuff. And I think just that story in itself, saying she didn't renew her naturopath certificate last year and all that kind of stuff, and how she's was fully non-isogenics is just so powerful.
Yeah.
I reckon if we got that halfway through Isoderby, that'd be epic. Joey, can you tee that up?
I'll see what I can do. She's offered to do 3 ways with me, so.
Whoa, 3 ways? You, her, and who?
Oh.
Like,
Girlfriend.
Oh, three-way calls, sorry.
3-way calls, yeah.
she we can do blitz weeks and where we'll do who can do the most 3-way calls, and then launch parties, and then we'll have prizes, and it's going to be freaking awesome.
What are the prizes?
What are the prizes?
What's on your face? You know this is being recorded, right?
Jack. What are the prizes?
You just have to wait and see,
Oh
Jess.
my gosh.
Look at her.
I was just going to say,
She's like, tell me what the prize is. Oh my God, I just want to smush you. I just want to smush all your faces. I can't wait to see you all at freaking summer kickoff.
Joey, what were you going to say?
yeah,
I wish Isaac all the time. Look at his face.
Okay,
I feel like,
He loves
sorry.
I do. But I lost my train of thought.
Joey, go,
Yeah,
Joey,
I
go.
was just gonna say, I feel I've met most of the prerequisites. I'm just having a look through it. I enrolled one person on a 30-day pack, which was, when was that? That was the 9th.
On the what day?
9th of September.
No, you're out.
I'm out, so I've got to do one.
No, you're out. No, you're out. Get out, mate. Out.
You're out.
Out of the game. No, sweet as, bro. Good on you, though, man.
Yeah.
We're about the same.
Hey guys, can you have this in an Ice the Body challenge?
What the heck is that?
Is that gluten free?
I've been
so
on this
healthy.
all day.
You can have that one. Yeah.
I've got one left.
Well, what the heck? Order ship. Bring it forward. Wholesale order.
No,
Okay,
I've got one more shake for today. One more cleanse for life.
So you're saying you've met the prerequisites, all of them? You
Just
think?
the one enrollment.
Yeah, the 9th doesn't count, does it? Well, I need one more.
No, it was from when I put up the prerequisites
Okay,
after the
yeah.
night, last week.
I think, yeah, I've covered it. I'm almost finished GoPro. I'll finish that by tomorrow. And probably just need to post on Facebook a little bit more.
No worries.
I've been getting on.
It's going to be your key. Honestly, people just build 6-7 figure incomes. Well, look at you're friends with Sarah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, Sarah's whole freaking network is just watching her in Bali, tearing it up, eating crazy shit.
Yeah, you're in Bali.
Just you didn't know that she's in Bali, yeah? Her and Josh.
Okay.
Oh, far. I was gonna say that's so cool. This team doesn't really know each other, does
I
it?
knew she was joking. I was like,
I was like, weren't you in Bali? Didn't they
are you hot? Are you okay?
Right.
Sarah, you look really hot.
She is. She told me today.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
babe.
hot. She's hot. We had a few when she was hot on.
Are
Anyway,
you talking to me?
yeah, we were. Yeah, that's okay though.
You're just looking hot and bothered.
Oh no, I'm just sorry. Stop. I'm just I don't know. I just miss home a lot.
Mm.
Is there anything you want to share with us? Maybe we can help.
Well, a couple of things. I don't know. I just get really